What is up, killers? Kevin today, back with a brand new episode of Skyrim Special Edition. Today we are going to be looking at a very large collection of mods that have hit the Bethesda on the website for PlayStation 4 exclusively for the month of September. Without further ado, guys, let's just jump straight into the video. PS4 Lightsabers coming in at 22.9 kilobytes of a download. This is a brilliant mod, not only for the aspect of how it looks, but as well if you actually think about the assets that Sony are limited to. This is a very clever mod indeed. Obviously, we do have a lot of sort of lightsaber mods in quotations for Xbox and for PC, but this one is going to be aimed for the PlayStation 4 users. Now, how to get all of these particular lightsabers, you'll need to head over to the Sleeping Giants Inn within Riverwood, head on in there, and up there in the sort of main back area on the counter there is going to be a small chest, and in there you will find all of the blades and the hilts to do with the lightsabers. Now, these are going to be somewhat two-handers, which again is in that sort of iconic Jedi stance with the particular hilt and blade. And yeah, I think this is very clever on how they've actually done this. Now, it kind of can be a little bit glitchy. That is due to the fact of it registering as a shield, the hilt, and the blade is actually a two-hander. The run animation slightly different as well. I did pick up on that, but yeah, basically you pick your hilt, which is going to be your shield, and then upon then you are going to pick your lightsaber. You pretty much mix and match with these particular ones, or if you want to be sort of quotation lore friendly to the Star Wars franchise, you can have a green lightsaber blade and then Yoda's hilt, and then you can run around as a little Yoda. I think this is really cool indeed. Sort of, I don't know if it's the blades or the mods itself, but once upon swinging, you don't actually swing. Sort of a particle effect that does come off the blade and actually hit the enemy. I don't know if that's a latency issue to do with the swing animation, but overall I think it's a very cool mod indeed. Guys, if you're running a PlayStation 4 and you haven't tried this mod yet, jump on it, have a little go. Honestly, I think this is a very clever mod indeed. Not only all of the aspects and elements, but as well sort of weaving in and out of the, in quotations, assets to do with the Sony side of the PlayStation 4 experience to do with Skyrim. Julihah's Old Town Riften shops and interiors coming in at 412.3 kilobytes of a download. This mod overhauls the appearance of Riften's interior cells, including, this is only a few. If you do want a full synopsis or a description, head over to the Bethesda website, have a little look at everything that it does include. But if you're a little bit impatient, you cannot gather or muster what it is actually trying to achieve from the footage on screen now, there is actually a YouTube video within the description on the page itself to have a little look at the ins and the outs that this mod has everything to offer. But for instance, this one is going to be the Black Manor itself. There's going to be the Bee and Bard. It's also going to be the pawn shops as well. There's going to be loads. There's going to be sort of the keep itself. There's going to be the temple, the Rag and Flagon. There's loads of stuff, guys, that you guys should be looking at with this particular mod. It is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, which I find very nice. This particular mod author has done a few as well, and they've always been super clean. The model's mesh textures are absolutely finesse, have no issues whatsoever, no crashing, no performance issues, and as well they're all coming in an incredibly low download size. For me, I don't personally visit Riften that often, but I will be keeping it as the download size is incredibly small, and for when I do go there, it's definitely going to be an experience. Daedric Ice Warrior Armor coming in at 6.1 kilobytes of a download. This is a simple ESP edit that the mod authors made to do with the Daedric armor using the ice textures. Included with this particular mod, you get the main chest piece itself, boots, gloves, helmet and shield. Made for male and for female and all platforms too, this Daedric Ice Armor is standalone to the normal Daedric armor and does require the Daedric smithing perk for you to grab. So you've got the variants of vanilla Daedric armor or this particular icy Daedric armor, which I think looks very nice indeed. This is not probably going to be compatible with armor replacer mods. Please do bear that in mind, as this is going to be a standalone one, and I'm not too sure what the clashing issue is going to be on that particular one. I currently don't have anything that does conflict with quotations Daedric armor, and honestly, a plug and play for me, and it worked absolutely fine. IA92's Snowf follower Gormar Virgella, coming in at 80.4 kilobytes of a download. He is a non-custom voice Snowf follower specializing within the magic arts. For this one, it's going to be conjuration for combat, and a long time since the particular mod authors made a follower like this. There is a pretty good backstory to be fitted in with this particular follower. If you guys do want to read up on that, it's entirely up to you. I think it fits in quite nicely. If you're a Nord, definitely going to be beneficial to grab this particular follower. Spells include such thing as Close Wounds, Conjure Frost Atronach, Fast Healing, Frostbite, Ice Spike, Stone Flesh, and many more. Perks such as Regeneration, and the other ones are going to be Magic Resist of 30, Mage Armor 30, Ward Absorb, Recovery 50, and many other different ones. Location set on screen, now very easy and viable, just a throwstone away from Dawnstar itself. Playable Serrano Preset, coming in 85.1 kilobytes of a download. This mod adds Serana's face to the Nord preset with her custom hair, lip colour, and skin colours all included. This should be on the last slider of the presets to do with the female Nord presets. Overall, not too bad. I think this one will work with your particular loadout. I'm not too sure if something's clashing with my particular graphic mods or something within my load order, but upon actually using this preset, a first initial look is pretty different to what actually Serena would actually look like, but then after going back, coming in and out, and maybe having a switch or sort of flicking between that preset, I don't know, it kind of fixed it, it changed the eyes, and definitely looked more like the actual character within the game. Molag Bal NPC, coming in at 54.1 kilobytes of a download. This mod is really interesting and cool to exclusively at the moment on the PlayStation 4. A very cool and diverse mod too to be added within the game. You'll find this iconic, scary NPC found at the Guardian Stones right next to Riverwood, southwest to be precise. He's pretty much a retextured vampire lord with horns, giving the character a demonic voice too to make him a little bit more immersive within the game. If you can defeat this particular beast within the game, you can actually summon him and conjure him yourself via a spell tomb, looting off of his dead corpse if you do manage to kill him. A very useful follower, if not sort of companion maybe added into the game. Extremely powerful and an absolute pain in the butt to kill, but once upon killing, it's definitely worth it. Ulfric, a voice for player, coming in at 705.7 kilobytes of a download. The update of this one, as we covering it just now, added the voice to male races. It's all male races, so it doesn't matter if you're playing a Nord all the way over to a Orc preset, it does not matter whatsoever. But you'll know this character, that is for sure, giving to all vanilla player races for attacking and taking damage within the game. I personally only noticed it while giving out damage, maybe using power attacks or just general swings. When I was getting under attack itself or taking damage, I didn't actually see this one sort of presenting itself too much. Now, for this one, it kind of needs to be right at the bottom of your load order for it to actually work. If it's penultimate, second from last from your load order, I don't think it's actually going to work. This took me a little bit of time to actually realise that. Once upon placing it at the bottom of the load order, firing the game back up, it instantly worked. There's a few out there on the Bethesda website this week to do with player voices, so if your Ulfric is not going to be one for you, there are many others to choose from. A Rebellious Riverwood Overhaul, coming in at 415.8 kilobytes of a download. This overhaul aims to stay true to Skyrim's original design with minor impact on performance. Then I think you will enjoy this particular mod. This mod overhauls both of the interior and exterior of Riverwood to make it fit better for the people who occupy them. Small subtle things not only on the outside but obviously in the inside too, such as the Sleeping Giants Inn and the Riverwoods Trader have been slightly autocated with this particular mod. Blacksmith has new sort of miscellaneous items scattered around the outside, and overall the aesthetic is kind of comfy and cool. If you want a sleeper mod that sits in the back that slightly alters Riverwood, and you want something that sits seamlessly with a sort of part lore-friendly game, but something worthy of the special edition title for Riverwood, this is going to be the mod for you. Fortified Whiterun, this one is coming in at 99.7 kilobytes of a download. We have covered this one prior on the channel for the Xbox One, but the footage you're seeing on screen now is all going to be captured from the PlayStation 4. It's pretty much identical to what that particular mod was, but if you're new around here, let me fill you in what it actually does. Fortified Whiterun seeks to bring a realistic and logical defense to the most beloved city in the whole of the game.
personal preference. This one is the final state and may be released with small updates here and there for the future, adding a few guards with patrols, new other different functionalities too, and so on and so forth. For this particular one, it builds a higher wall, adds other different towers, wooden watchtowers to be presented on that one. Basements now have actual sort of things with inside them to make them practical, and overall I think it's very nice. This gives the exterior to do with Whiterun a little bit more chunkier and a little bit more fortified. Playable Fiora Bloodmouth preset, coming in 83.1 kilobytes of a download, adds the Fiora Bloodmouth as the last Nord preset for the females. This gives all other female Nordic presets her face complexion, because that's the only way that this mod author could get it to work within the game. Now, first initial thoughts of this particular one, it's very weird indeed. Once upon using the preset within the customization menu, the eyes and the general face, it didn't look very to the point, didn't look very aesthetic, didn't look actually true to what this mod was. Coming in and out and maybe switching the race and then going back to the female race to sort of glitch in, sort of lock it into place with that preset, it worked absolutely fine. Definitely see the resemblance within there. I think personally it might be my mods clashing with it, or it's just needs a little jig or a jolt, but that's how I pretty much jolted this particular preset back into action to look at its full glory. So guys, that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, I would very much appreciate a like on the video. Click that subscribe button. Runix as well, there is going to be a little bell icon. If you click that, you will get a notification in some way, shape or form when I upload a video to the channel. But until the next one guys, Killerkev here and Killerkev out.